Hello friends,
In previous lecture, we have studied how to solve LPP graphically. We have seen the first method in that is corner point method. Today, we are going to see second method, that is isoprofit or isocost function line approach. What are the steps in that? The first step is identify the feasible region and extreme points of the feasible region. Draw isoprofit or isocost function line for arbitrary value of z without violating the constraints. The third step is move that isoprofit or isocost line parallel in the direction of increasing or decreasing values of z, and the fourth one, the extreme point for which the value of objective function is largest or smallest is the required optimal solution. The word iso in this means that same. Iso means same or equal. Means that any point on that function line takes same profit or cost value. So it is known as isoprofit or isocost function line. When you are maximizing, we are taking isoprofit, and when we are minimizing, we are taking isocost line. So to get the idea, consider an example. Solve the LPP graphically. Maximize z is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2 subject to the constraints x1 plus x2 less than or equal to 30, x1 plus x2, x1 minus x2 greater than or equal to 0, x1 less than or is equal to 20, x2 less than or is equal to 12, x2 greater than or equal to 3, and x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0. So the function is maximization. As usual, To solve this, we will draw graph. Find the feasible region, and for that what we are considering, we write down the constraints as equalities. See the first constraint. x1 plus x2 equal to 30. I am taking constraint as equality. Find the points x1, x2 and point. When x1 is 0, x2 is 30, a point is 0, 30, x2 is 0, x1 is 30, b point is 30, 0. Second constraint, x1 minus x2, equality becomes equal to 0. Take the points. One point is obviously 0, 0. For second point, you are able to take any arbitrary value. So one point is origin 0, 0. For second point, I will take the value of x1 to be 10. So x2, if you take x1 equal to 10, x2 is also equal to 10. So next point C becomes 10, 10. Third, x1 equal to 20, that is our line parallel to x2 axis. Next one is x2 equal to 12, line parallel to x1 axis. x2 equal to 3, line parallel to x1 axis, and x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0. This always gives us the feasible region in first quadrant. So plot the graph. The maximum value is 30. The first point 0, 30 and 30, 0. AB line. The region below that as origin satisfies the inequality. Because x1, x2 are greater than or equal to 0, we have restricted ourselves to only first quadrant feasible region. Now see second, the point is 0, 0, that is O point, and 10, 10, that is C point. Draw the line. Because the line itself passes through origin, now we will not check for origin. Check any point on x or y axis. I will check point on x axis. The point is 5, 0, and we have x1 minus x2 greater equal 0. If we put x1 equal to 5, 5 is greater than 0, the point satisfies. So we require the region which contains the point 5, 0. So we require this region. So next constraint, that is x1 equal to 20. So this is the region x1 equal to 20. Again, if you put origin, it satisfies, so towards origin. x1, x2 less equal to 12. And next one is this x2 is less equal to 12. See the scale properly. And x2, if you put 0, it's satisfied, so origin side. and next one is x2 equal to 3. Again, if you put origin do not satisfy, and therefore we want non-origin side. So see which is feasible region. I will show it by dark lines. Because it goes below. So this is the feasible region. Draw it by shaded part. Label the points P, Q, R, S, T. So the feasible region is P, Q, R, S, T. That is the feasible region. Firstly, find the coordinates of these all points. Now see P. P is intersection point of lines x1 minus x2 greater than or equal to 0, that is x1 minus x2 equal to 0 line, and also x2 equal to 3. So solve the equation simultaneously. Putting x2 is equal to 3, we also get x1 equal to 3, and therefore P point comes to be 3, 3. P point is 3, 3. We can check by diagram also. Now Q point. Q is intersection point of the line x2 equal to 12 and the line x1 minus x2 equal to 0. So solve them simultaneously. If you put x2 equal to 0, x1 is also 12, and therefore Q point comes to be 12, 12. Next is R, intersection point of R is intersection point of x2 equal to 12 and the first line, that is x1 plus x2 equal to 30. Put x2 is equal to 12, so x1 is equal to 18. So the R point comes to be 18, 12. S point, it is intersection point of the line x1 equal to 20 and the first line x1 plus x2 equal to 30. Solve the equation simultaneously. Putting x1 is equal to 20, we will get x2 is equal to 10. So S point comes to be 20, 10. See the coordinates 20 and 10. And the last point, that is T point. T is intersection point of the two lines, that is x1 equal to 20 and x2 is equal to 3, and therefore T point comes to be 23. Once you get coordinates of all corner points P, Q, R, S, T, in the first method, that is corner point method, we will find the value of objective function at all these corner points. So see the corner points and value of objective function. Corner point P, Q, R, S, T. P point comes to be 3, 3, Q 12, 12, R 18, 12, S 20, 10 and T 23. The value of objective function is Z is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2. So Z at P, that is 2 into 3 plus 3 into 3, 15. Z at Q, 2 into 12 plus 3 into 12, 24 plus 36, 60. Z at R, 2 into 18 plus 3 into 12, that is 36 plus 36, 72. Z at S, that is 2 into 20 plus 3 into 10, that is 40 plus 30, 70. And Z at T, that is 2 into 20 plus 3 into 3, 40 plus 9, that is 49. We want maximum value. So what is maximum value? 72. So the last answer is maximize Z is 72 at R point. R point is 18, 12, that is at x1 equal to 18 and x2 is equal to 12. So this is first method, that is corner point method. In corner point method, we find all corner points of the feasible region, find the value of objective function at that points and find which is maximum, because our problem is maximization. So the answer comes to be 72 at point 18, 12. To see the second method, that is isoprofit function line approach. We will consider a small value of z because the function is maximum. So take a small value of z, any arbitrary value. We want z is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2. So generally we will find LCM of this coefficient or any multiple of this coefficient. So for simplicity, so we'll take suppose z is equal to 6 and draw the line for this. So function becomes 6 is equal to 2x1 plus 3x2. Plot this line. That is, find the points for 2x1 plus 3x2 is equal to 6. Consider the points x1, x2 and the corresponding points. When x1 is 0, 3x2 is 6, so x2 is 2. I will take the point 0, 2, u point. And when x2 is 0, 2x1 is equal to 6, so x1 is equal to 3, that is v point is 3, 0. These 2 points u and v, when you join this, you will get the line UV, that is objective function line. We draw the objective function line for differentiate it from constraint as a dotted line. So draw the line 0, 2, see this point 0, 2 and 3, 0. So this is dotted line, that is objective function line. See this dotted line, this is our objective function line. Now we want to move the line parallel in increasing direction of z. Z increase in this direction. Why? As x1 and x2 increases, value of z also increases. As x1 and x2 increases, value of z increases, and therefore increasing direction of z is this. So we move this line parallel so that it passes through the corner point, that is the extreme corner point of feasible region. If you go on moving this line parallel, see like this, you will get the lines which are parallel lines. I will show by dotted. I am only drawing the lines which are parallel to this line and stop at that point when it passes through the extreme corner point. See, when I go this, I will get this point. The line, objective function line, which is parallel to this, will passes through this point. That is the last point. Means if you want to draw the line ahead this, then there is no feasible region. So I have to stop here. Up to this is the extreme point of the feasible region through which the line parallel to objective function line passes, and therefore value of z will be maximum at this point. This is nothing but our R point. So by isoprofit method, the value of z is maximum at R point comes to be 18, 12, and the value of Z at 18, 12, that is 2 into 18 plus 3 into 12, it comes to be 72. So our answer is maximum Z is equal to 72 at x1 is equal to 18 and x2 is equal to 12. So this is second method, that is isoprophet line approach method. Consider the example for minimization. Solve the LPP graphically. Minimize Z is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2 subject to high x1 plus x2 greater than or equal to 10, x1 plus x2 greater than or equal to 6, and x1 plus 4x2 greater than or equal to 12, x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0. To solve this LPP graphically, now see, we have considered the function minimization. So first is similar. We will write down the constraints as equalities. So consider the constraints as equalities. The first equality, high x1 plus x2 is equal to 10. When x1 is 0, x2 is 10, A point is 0, 10. When x2 is 0, high x1 is 10, so x1 is 2, that is B point comes to be 2, 0. The second equality becomes x1 plus x2 is equal to 6. When x1 is 0, x2 is 6, C point is 0, 6. When x2 is 0, x1 is 6, D point comes to be 6, 0. The third constraint becomes equality, x1 plus 4x2 is equal to 12. We get the points as x1, x2 and point. When x1 is 0, 4x2 is 12, x2 is 3. So E point comes to be 0, 3, and when x2 is 0, x1 is 12, F point comes to be 12, 0. So we get all the points x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0 gives us the first quadrant. So plot the graph accordingly. Take the scale and draw the graph properly. You want to go maximum value to be 12 for x and that of y, and therefore take the scale accordingly. I will consider 1 centimeter equal to 2 units. The first point comes to be 0, 10, that is A point, 2, 0, that is B point. Draw the line. Which region is required? If you put origin, 0 is not greater than 10, so we don't want 0 in the region, so we want non-origin side region which do not contain. Because we have x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0, we obviously have first quadrant, so we draw the line for x1, x2 greater than or equal to 0. The next one, 0, 6 and 6, 0. C point is 0, 6 and D point is 6, 0. Draw the line 0, 6 and 6, 0. So this is CD line. Again, if you put origin, it do not satisfy, means you want non-origin side. And the third one, 0, 3, 0, 3, E point and 12, 0, F point. Draw the line. Which region is required? If you put 0, origin do not satisfy, so we don't want origin side, that is again non-origin side. Now find the feasible region. Feasible region is that one which bounds all of these constraints. So see the region. I will show it by dark lines. So the corner point of feasible region A, I will label this as G, H, F. So which is feasible region? It is A, G, H, F. Feasible region is that region which satisfy all the constraints together with non-negativity constraints. So this region, as shaded region, is nothing but our required feasible region, and the corner points of the feasible region gives us A, G, H, F points. We know the coordinates of A and F. So remains to find the coordinates of G and H. Now what is G? It is intersection point of two lines. See G point, it is intersection line of point of AB and CD. So solve the two lines simultaneously, AB and CD. AB line 5x1 plus x2 equal to 10 and x1 plus x2 is equal to 6. CD line, solve them simultaneously. We get 4x1 is equal to 4. So x1 is equal to 1. Put x1 is equal to 1 in this equation. X1 plus x2 is equal to 6. X1 is 1 and therefore x2 comes to be 5. That is G point comes to be 1, 5. Once you find the value, check on graph. G point should be equal to 1, 5. Now similarly, find the coordinates of H. What is H? H is intersection point of see this H, it is intersection point of CD and EF. So solve CD and EF simultaneously. Second line CD line x1 plus x2 equal to 6 and EF line, that is x1 plus 4x2 is equal to 12. Subtract the equations, we get minus 3x2 is equal to minus 6. So x2 is equal to 2. Substitute x2 is equal to 2. We get x1 is equal to 4. So we get the point H point. H point comes to be 4, 2. So we get all the coordinates A, G, H, F. Once you get all the coordinates of the feasible region extreme points, we will find the value of Z by first method. The first method is corner point method. So what we do in corner point method, we will find the corner points, that is the extreme or corner points, and find the value of Z at that point. Z is nothing but 3x1 plus 2x2. So see the value. The corner points are A, G, H, F. A point is 0, 10. G point is 1, 5. H is 4, 2 and F is 12, 0. At these four corner points, we find the value of Z. Z at A, that is 3 into 0 plus 2 into 10, 20. Z at G, 3 into 1 plus 2 into 5, 3 plus 10, 13. Z at H, that is 3 into 4 plus 2 into 2, 12 plus 4, 16. And Z at F, that is 3 into 12 plus 2 into 0, that is 36. We want minimum value of Z, and because we require minimum value of Z, observe that minimum value comes to be 13 at the point 1, 5, and therefore minimum Z is equal to 13 at x1 is equal to 1 and x2 is equal to 5. So this is answer by first method, that is corner point method. Now if you want second method, that is iso-cost method, because the function is minimization now. It is iso-cost function line approach. So find the iso-cost function line. For that we take any arbitrary value of z. Generally, because the problem is maximization, we take large value of z and move towards origin so that we will get the smallest value, because we want minimization of that. So take any value of z and see the line. You have to come towards origin now, because towards origin it comes decreasing. When the function is maximization, you want the value of z which is in increasing direction. But if it is minimization, you have to see in which it is decreasing direction. Because we want decreasing direction, now in this case we will not take a small value of z. In that case we will take some bigger value of z and move parallel in the direction of decreasing direction. So suppose I will take z is equal to any multiple of 2 and 3. For simplicity, suppose I will take z is equal to 30. If I take z is equal to 30, this is arbitrary value. We generally use the multiple of the coefficient, and because it is minimization, I take a big value. If it is maximization, we take a small value and go towards increase. Now we have to come to decrease. So if you take z is equal to 30, we get 30 is equal to, because z is nothing but 3x1 plus 2x2. So z is equal to 30 is equal to 3x1 plus 2x2. So what we get, see, we have 3x1 plus 2x2 equal to 30. Find the point x1, x2 and point. When x1 is 0, x2 is equal to 15. I will take u point to be 0, 15. And when x2 is 0, 3x1 is equal to 30, 10. So v point is 10, 0. Draw the objective function line by dotted. So I will draw this isopropit line by dotted lines. So see, u is 0, 15. 0, 15 somewhere here. So that is your u point, and 10, 0, that is your v point. So you have the line like this, uv. I will draw the line which is dotted line to show the difference between constraint line and objective function line. So this is our objective function line uv. Now because the problem is minimization, the decreasing value of z occurs in this direction. So we move this line parallel in this direction so that it passes through the extreme corner point. So see, if you move this line parallel like this, parallel to this line, draw the lines which are parallel to this line. And if you go on drawing the lines parallel to this, you will lastly comes here. The line which is parallel to this line and passes through extreme point of feasible region is this line. If you try to move below again, there will be no feasible region corner point, and therefore you have to stop here. We will draw lines like this. These are the lines which are parallel to objective function line. Till you reach the region that is extreme corner point through which the line passes. Now the line passes through this point, and therefore z will be minimum at this point. This point is nothing but G point. So from figure, minimum z occurs at G point. What is G point? G point is 1, 5. So minimum z at 1, 5 occurs at 1, 5. That is, if you find value of z, z is 3x1 plus 2x2. That is 3 into 1 plus 2 into 5. That is 13. So minimum z is equal to 13 at the point 1, 5. So this is iso-cost line approach method. So see what we do. In the last example, because it is maximization, we take small value of z, we go on drawing lines which are parallel to objective function line but in increasing value, in increasing direction of z value. And when it is minimization, we take some bigger value of z and go in decreasing direction. Draw lines parallel to the objective function line which are in decreasing. So I take this objective function line, and because z decreases in this direction, I draw line parallel to this which are parallel but decreases in this direction. And lastly, this line is parallel to the objective function line and it passes to the extreme point of the feasible region. So this is our required point. If you move again here, there will be no corner point. So you have to stop at this point and then we get the answer. My minimum z is 13 at the point 0.5. Hope you understand this. We have studied both methods, corner point method and the second iso profit in maximization or iso cost in minimization case. Enough for the day. Next lecture we will see some more examples. Thank you.